Hey guys, we are doing a sit-down video where I'm going to be focusing on some new Chanel makeup. I just got this box in. I'm not even sure what collection is what. I feel like does it even matter, but also there's just so much new beauty coming out from Chanel. Like it comes out in clumps, even though I know they're part of different collections. So anyway, I think I got things from two different collections. I think one is either summer or pre-fall, and the other one is fall. I don't know, you guys tell me. It's just too much to keep up with. Okay, here is the Chanel box. And I've mentioned him before, but I do work with Gio, who is in the Miami Chanel beauty store. And I was introduced to him by the very lovely Erin Nicole here on YouTube. So I'm sure you guys are well aware of her, but if you are not, definitely check out Erin Nicole TV, I think maybe is her YouTube channel full name. Anyway, if you do a search for Erin Nicole Chanel, she will definitely come up because she talks about Chanel quite a bit. And then always sends me a lot of samples, which I'm not sure if I have any. Now that I've said that, I'm not sure if I have any. Oh yeah, of course I do. Some Sublimage, Chance, which is, I think, is this their best-selling fragrance? I always thought it would be like number 5 for Mademoiselle. I think Chance is their best-selling fragrance. Who knew? Okay, so I got some of the eyeshadow quads from the Byzance collection. I think that's the one that's for fall. That's the one that has like the gold, at least in the pictures, we'll see. But it has like the gold inlay when you open up the quad. So I got those 3 quads. And then I got a whole bunch of stuff from this other collection that I think is either summer or pre-fall. Oh, there's more samples. Hold on. I also got base mascara, Le Volume de Chanel. He always throws these in for me, which is so great for travel. La Mousse, which I believe is a cleanser. And then, eye makeup remover, which is always really handy to have. Big thank you to Gio for all of those goodies. Okay, so in this collection, I basically passed on a lot of things. I didn't get any of the nail polish, and I didn't get any of the, was it the Rouge Cocoa? It's not Rouge Cocoa Flash, Rouge Cocoa Bloom, I think. It's the one with the silver. Anyway, not that I don't like that formula, I just like the Rouge Cocoa Flash so much more, and as you guys know, I have a ton of Chanel lipsticks, so I was like, I don't need any of that. So what I did get was their Ombre Premier Libre. These are the loose eyeshadow intense longwear color. Now when I first saw these look like they have a doe foot applicator. I thought these were just like another cream liquid shadow. I have not had luck with those in Chanel. I was just gonna get 1, maybe 2 shades to try out, but I was texting with Gio and I was like, what's up with the cream shadows? And he's like, oh, those aren't cream. He's like, those are a powder shadow. And I was like, send them all to me because I need to try this out. So I got all 6 of these powder shadows that come with a doe foot applicator. Very interesting. We'll have to check it out. And then I got one of these blush harmonies. I got the one that was a little bit more like neutral looking. There's one that has like a plum kind of shade to it. I'm like, I don't think I'll use that, even though I think the color's really pretty. I think I would use this one a little bit more. So let's start with, actually, I sat down and started filming and I have like 0 makeup on. So why don't we put some makeup on together? And I actually have not used Chanel with you guys in a long time. So let me gather up some of my Chanel stuff and we'll put all of this on. Okay, I'm gonna start with the No. 1 Day Chanel foundation. I have it in the shade B20. I haven't used this foundation in a while, and this is one of my favorites. This is such a good foundation. So I'm just gonna pump out a couple pumps. And, oh God, I hate when I do that. I put the cap down right onto the top. Anyway, let me wipe this off before I make a bigger mess. Okay, I've got my Sonia G Jumbo Base Brush. I'm gonna quickly apply. My skin has been acting really dry ever since I got back from my trip from the East Coast, from Knoxville and Rhode Island. It was so humid there. I think my skin kind of got used to it. And then flying home back to, actually it's been kind of humid here too, but you know, in general, it's much drier here. And my face has just been, just really parched. I don't know what's going on. Here is the No. 1 Day Chanel foundation. Oh my God, it's so gorgeous. I need to use this more. I don't know why I don't, other than the fact that I have a ton of foundations. I'm also gonna use the Longwear corrector, concealer. I think they call this a corrector. This is also in the shade 20 Beige from Chanel. This is one of my favorite concealers too, because it has like a gel consistency. It's just really light, does a good job, feels great, you know, doesn't do anything weird. Yeah, just does such a good job. I'm not gonna bother with powder because I was just talking about how dry my skin is. So I'm gonna go straight for this Blush Harmony. Let's take this out, take a close look at this. It does come with the velvet pouch, and it does come with like the Half Moon brush, which I will leave aside. Oh, here is shade number 797, Beige and Coral. So I guess I just mix the two together. I mean, I think this is just more of a novelty, but I think mixing them together will probably be a good idea for me because I think this shade alone, this like rusty shade, is gonna be a little bit too deep. I've got my BK Beauty 103 brush. I'm just gonna dab it right in the middle there. Just kind of get a sense of how pigmented it is. Seems okay. Seems like it's picking up pretty easily though, so that's good. And this does, I can't really tell. Oh no, this is a pressed powder. I was gonna say, this does kind of look like a baked product, but no, I can see like the rim of the pan. Yeah, I think this is just not just, but this is a pressed powder. Ooh, so pretty. Maybe I should have gotten the other color too. It's light, you know? It's like a light dusting. And I feel like I kind of jabbed my brush in there quite a bit, but it's not overly pigmented. Oh, that's a pretty color. This is really a nice kind of recreation of maybe after I've worked out, after I've gone for a long walk. Oh, very pretty. Oh, I like this. I like this a lot. Does this have a fragrance? Yeah, there's a little bit of that Chanel fragrance in here, FYI. Not a favorite of mine, but it's not bad. It's okay. It's okay. All right, so that is the Blush Harmony in 797. Very beautiful. I am gonna use the 958 palette. This is the eyeshadow and blush palette. This came out like in the springtime, I think. I'm gonna use this for the highlight because I really like the highlight in here. I'm gonna use my Refer 18 brush. These are baked powders, so I like using a natural haired brush. Just apply that to the tops of my cheekbones there. Okay, and for eyeshadow, I'm just gonna, not eyeshadow, eyebrows. For eyebrows, I'm gonna throw on the Persona Swipe Up Brow Gel. Okay, and now I'm so excited. So we've got the Ombre Premier Libre Loose Eyeshadow Intense Longwear Color. So let me just open one up. I don't know which one to start with, but let's start with the smallest number. How about that? 402 Sycamore. I just want to see what the situation is. Okay, so here is the packaging. Really beautiful. It has the CCs on the top. And then, oh, so it's got a teeny tiny doe foot applicator. That's so cool. So I'm trying to see, like in here, is it just loose powder? Hold on. My little flashlight out here. Oh yeah, it's just loose eyeshadow. I'm very excited for this. And this quote unquote doe foot applicator is more like a sponge tip applicator. It's like what you get in a quad, you know, like the little applicators. That's kind of neat. I hope this works okay because if I have to use a brush, that may prove difficult with this. All right, let me go ahead and apply. Oh, actually, let me not do that yet. Wow, I'm like really out of it today. I am going to unbox all of these. We're gonna go through each color and we're gonna do swatches. So I'll be right back. All right, here are the 6 swatches. We have 402, 404, 406, 408, and then 412 to 414. Sorry, my lens is having a weird issue here. Usually focuses really well, but Maybe she's getting old. Okay, well, just from swatching these, they seem a little messy. Like the powder actually gets everywhere. Like I have it all over my table here. So I would say be careful with that because, you know, let's say you're wearing like white pants or a white shirt, you get one speck of a dark brown eyeshadow on there and you're just gonna have a smudge. So be very, very careful. But I'm gonna start with the first color, the 402, not the first color, the lightest color, shade number 402, because that one really appealed to me. And I'm gonna, can I like swipe this? You can kind of swipe it off, almost like lip gloss. And then I'm gonna swipe right on my eye. Oh, I feel fallout. Hold on, maybe I didn't swipe enough off. Hold on. Yeah, I got a little bit of fallout from that. That's like the loose bits of it. So I'm gonna try this again. I'm really gonna be like good about swiping all this off. And as I'm applying it to my eyelid, I have to say it feels a little silkier and smoother applying it to my eyelid than it did on my arm. I'm still getting a bit of fallout. I'm not sure if that's preventable with this formula and this kind of applicator. I don't think that I'm okay just leaving it. So this was just with the applicator that comes. I think I would feel better kind of blending it out a little bit. So I'm gonna do that. Yeah, that looks better. Well, okay, we'll try the other eye, maybe with a different shade. Yeah, I don't think the fallout is avoidable. That is definitely kind of a shame. Let's try a different color, we'll see. So that was 402. Let's just try 406. So this one had like a little bit of a copper tone to it. I'm just kind of scraping the applicator along the edge here. I can see like extras of the eyeshadow on the applicator, though I just know that's gonna end up being fallout. Yeah, I don't know if this delivery system is the best. I also don't feel like I have that much control over the application. I think the only thing this applicator allows me is very precise, like where I'm gonna put it down, but it's not like I know exactly how much product I'm putting down. You know what I mean? Because I don't really know how much is on here. It's very interesting. I mean, it would be such a waste, but I wonder if like pouring it out and using it that way would be better. I don't know. I mean, I appreciate their attempt at something different, but I think loose eyeshadows and like a little sifter thing is probably the best bet. Yeah, this is like such a mess. I have like little bits of eyeshadow all in front of me, and I'm wearing my pajama pants, so thank goodness, but I can see it kind of like all over my pants too. Ooh, did you guys get these? Is it just me, or did you find them messy as well? It could just be me. I'm not the most graceful person in the entire world. Okay, aside from all of that, aside from the texture and this packaging, I do think these eyeshadows are really beautiful. They're kind of creamy, and so when you start to blend it out, they kind of blend themselves out. Really beautiful. I do love this look, and I feel like these are all like one and done shadows. Okay, I'm gonna take this off, and then we're gonna jump over to the Byzance quads. Okay, so like I said, I purchased 3 of these Byzance eyeshadow quads. So this is what they look like. This was that gold like inlay I was talking about. Really pretty. Also the CCs on the front are gold. So I got shades 308, 318, and 328. So let's start with 308. And should I even attempt pronunciation? Parure Imperial is shade 308. And out of the 3 that I purchased, this one probably has the deepest color story. And next we have 318. This one is Parure Venetian. So that's what 318 looks like. Really pretty, softer shades. A little bit on the warmer side with that peach and that kind of creamy gold. And then the last one I purchased is shade number 328, which is Parure Crystal. And I'm gonna tell you right now that this one is my favorite. So we're gonna put this one on today. I got 318 and 328 mainly because in the pictures that I received from Geo, they looked so similar, and I was like, well, I like that color story, so if they're very similar, I'll probably like both, but I didn't know which one to get. So I was like, let me just get both. I bet it's a picture. And, you know, they have a similar kind of feel, but 318 is definitely warmer than 328. 328 is definitely much more neutral. And then, like I said, 308 is the deepest one. I was gonna say, I feel like it's the eyeshadow quad version of this or face and blush, what is this? Eyeshadow and blush palette that I got, but no, there's a lot deeper shades in here. Anyway, the one that I did not get is the one that has the red and the green, and I think it also has a gold in there. It just looked too Christmassy. I just wasn't into it. I like green eyeshadow, but I don't need any more red eyeshadow. So I skipped on that one. So we're gonna play with 328. I'm really excited. I love this one. This one is so pretty. Right up my alley. So let's see how these perform. So far, just from swatching, they seem like the kind of creamy baked formula from Chanel that I really, really love. They have a very powdery version, which is, I believe, their older version. I think maybe they've done away with it completely. But I never really liked their older version. Like, we're talking like 5-6 years ago, maybe even longer, before like the last wave of eyeshadows came out. They were really, do you remember those? And I think they're still around, like the Tissé Modern is one. I could be mixing up the names, don't blame me. But anyway, those are really powdery and I just wasn't a fan of them. But this, or I should say these quads, have that kind of creamy baked formula. So very, very excited. Sorry, I'm sitting here looking for some proper eyeshadow. Oh, here they are. I brought over a whole bunch of eyeshadow brushes and I had his thank you card sitting on top of them, so I didn't see them. 328. Of course, I'm gonna start with this shade right here. So beautiful. And I've got my BK Beauty A503 brush, and just gonna apply this to the outer corner. I don't know if synthetic brushes are the way to go with this formula, but we're gonna try it. If not, we'll just move over to some like Sonia G's or Reffers. Very pretty. Let's try a natural haired brush just to see. I've got a Sonia G Worker 1 brush here. I'm gonna go into the same shade and apply it over here. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting a better payoff here with just one dip and going in versus two in the BK Beauty. It's just this formula. It's baked, there's that creaminess, so I feel like sometimes it's just hard to pick up, and natural hair brushes just pick up product better. So I'm gonna continue using the Sonia G. Deepen up that outer corner, maybe add a little bit over here. Oh my goodness, this is such a pretty color. It's a very cool toned, like light mauvey color, so it's almost like a cool rose tone, very pretty. And then I'm gonna go into the peachier pinky shade, the light one. I'm just gonna use the same brush and sweep that all over the lid. Very pretty. Then I'm gonna take this Sonia G detail brush, go into the brown shade. See how this works along my lash line. I don't know if it's gonna be deep enough. Yeah, I think so. That did a nice lining action. Let me just drag just a light amount underneath my lash line here. Let me use this brush from BK Beauty. This is the 207 brush. I'm gonna go into this silvery white shade. I don't need to pick up too much, so I'm okay using this brush. And I'm just gonna add it to my inner corner there. This is like a topper shade. I feel like in the 318 quad, The same with this one. This one had more of like a yellow tone to a warmer tone to this like whitish gold. But it's like a topper shade, and same with this one here in 308. There, I just added some kind of to the inner corner here, and I brought it up a little bit. Very pretty. Well, I really love 328. I'll definitely have to play around with 318 and 308 for sure. You'll probably see me play around with those in some future vlogs, but I hope this was a good enough preview for you. I really, really love this color story, and I really like this formula from Chanel. It's so good. It's like their Claire, it's like one of my all-time favorite Chanel quads. Hold on, I'm gonna get it. It's like this one, the Claire Obscure quad. One of my all-time favorites. The formula is the same as this one, just FYI. Let me just go ahead and curl my eyelashes, put on some lipstick. I brought out a couple of my Rouge Coco flashes here, and we'll kind of sum up everything because I definitely have some thoughts. Okay, now that I have this makeup on, I'm gonna go ahead and use Boy. I brought out Live also, but this one's a little bit too rosy for me. Boy is a little bit of a cooler brown tone, which I think works better with this look. So just gonna apply that. Love, love, love this formula. Okay, so this Blush Harmony, gorgeous. I love it. I love it so much, I don't know what I do with it. Where did it go? This I love. I love the level of pigmentation, and I really, really love this shade. Like I said, it just gives me that, just that like perfect amount of flush. The compact, just FYI, is a little bit larger than the eyeshadow compact. So just keep that in mind. And the loose shadows. Now, I pretty much gave you all my thoughts, but I really, really love the actual eyeshadows. I think they're gorgeous. Sorry, I'm pointing to my eyes now. I don't have them on anymore. But it was very, very smooth and creamy going on. The applicator was very nice, you know, very, very soft. And I felt like I was placing the eyeshadow where I wanted it. But I definitely had to go in with a brush afterwards and blend it out. So this isn't like a really convenient kind of tube that I can just like throw in my purse and kind of like touch up my makeup, which what I was kind of hoping for, but it really isn't. I think you need some tools to kind of help it out. I really don't like how it's just loose. You just get loose shadow everywhere. And I do feel like with that little doe foot applicator, you get fallout. It's just not a very practical, a practical sort of packaging. It's, I think they were hoping it would be, because this in idea would seem like it would be much better than a little jar with a little sifter. Like those are messy too, definitely. But yeah, this is not much better. It's not much better. And the doe foot is a little bit, maybe it's just the opening. I'm thinking like the opening of it. Like I wish I could just get my doe foot in there and like really scrape it off. And then I feel like it would be better. But you know, the formula, the texture of the eyeshadow is on the creamier side. So as I'm like scraping it off, I can also see it kind of like balling up. It's not actually not coming off of the doe foot very easily. So yeah, I don't even know if that would help, but you know, it's really beautiful. I just wish there was like an easier way to dispense it than this. So it's a little messy. I mean, if it's something you want to try, maybe grab one. I really like that 402 color. Was that the latest one? Yeah, the 402 color, the first color I put on. I thought that was really beautiful as like a one and done shadow. But yeah, just be prepared. There's gonna be a little bit of fallout when you're applying it, and you're gonna get bits of it on your vanity. But please comment down below if that didn't happen to you, because again, I'm not very graceful. So let me know. These quads I think are really beautiful. I think the color stories are really gorgeous. I really love, I'm gonna stop about that. I really love the 328, but the 318 I cannot wait to try. A little bit warmer, a little bit peachier. And this one I think will be really great as like a fall transition palette. It's really fun. And that gold is so festive in there. So the formula seems really great. Like I said, it's just like that Claire Obscure formula. It's that creamy kind of baked formula. I just love it. I love it. And I love the look that I ended up with. So anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll have links to everything down below in my description box of all these products if you're interested, and I think that's it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you in my next one.